All right, we're going to watch Sienna's backstroke above the water. Let's see what we can see. So the first thing is we're coming out of that water here. We can see how bent that wrist is, right? Your arm looks straight, but your wrist is bent, which means you're not coming thumbs out. We always want to make sure it's thumbs up, pinkies in, okay? So on that exit, let's work on just keeping that hand a little bit more straight and that thumb comes up. When you get to the top of your stroke here, good straight arm. You're turned that hand to the pinky. That looks good. We just like to see those shoulders come up just a little higher, Sienna. Now that's funny because here, this is your right side and you're entering pinky first. Great job on the pinky first on the right side. Now let's look at the left hand. Okay, the left hand comes thumbs up. That's good, but you've still got your wrist bent at a different angle. So your thumb was up, but your wrist was bent and looks like your fingertips were more pointing towards your knee. Again, try to keep that all an extension of your forearm for us. Keep it nice and straight. Once you get to the top of your stroke, now here's a good, you had a pinky turn right here. Look, your pinky's ready to go in. Then the last second, you kind of flatten out and you flatten that palm up. All right? Good steady kick out there. You do a great job of keeping that head nice and still, Sienna. I mean, that's so fantastic. We want to see those shoulders come up just a little bit higher. You can see right here, you started to bring that shoulder up. Okay, you can see that shoulder starting to come up right there. But then, as the hand comes up, you kind of drop that shoulder down. All right, we don't want to see that shoulder coming down in the water. We want to see that shoulder staying up as best you can. And you kind of see this arm is really straight, not really finishing as strong as we'd like to see it. So I think if you can work that elbow and work on trying to throw a baseball towards your foot, towards the other end of the pool, I think you're going to find a lot more strength, a lot more power there. All right, as we get into our turn here. So here's where I want you to try and start taking your stroke. At this point right here, this should have been your last stroke of backstroke, this hand entry right here. If you had turned over right here, you'd have been perfect, and it would have been an awesome turn. Okay, but what you do is you do one extra turn, one extra stroke, and so you can see how close your head is and how much you're basically turning over and flipping right away. So we got to make sure we know a little bit better where that wall is. You kind of see how you have to squat your knees into your belly, and your legs go way out to the side, and that's just because you're way too close. And even right here, this doesn't look very comfortable. All right, I always like to tell kids it's kind of like a jump shot in basketball. When you see people do a jump shot in basketball, they kind of bend those knees slightly and they push up and they go, right? They don't come all the way down the bottom. You've got your legs into a really deep squat there. So it's just too close for that turn. Come off that wall. Good dolphin kicks. Good streamline there. And you're coming up. Here's where the flags are. Okay, so we want you to go a little bit further. If you get those 6 dolphin kicks, you're going to be able to get out past those flags pretty easily. But again, with the breakout, you can see that your head's above the water, your hands are both above the water, and you're still in that streamlined position. So we do want to start that first stroke, Sienna, just a little bit earlier. Okay, once you get that first stroke starting, I mean, look real quick. Your left hand is above the water the entire time on that first stroke. So when you're grabbing air, it's not really able to get anything through. Your hand didn't get into the water until right here at your hip, and that was right at the very end. So make sure you start that first stroke earlier. Good legs. We can still work that tempo a little bit better. All in all, Sienna, it's just a couple little things that I think if you really start focusing on and we start watching and make sure we stay on top of it with you, we're going to get even better. So great job. Keep up the hard work. You're so good.